Hey everyone, it's Anna. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to the garden. I thought I would do a video update for the end of June. Today is the 23rd, it's Sunday, but these video clips were taken on the 22nd, Saturday evening. You can see the sun is casting a really pretty golden light across the garden, and I really love being out in the garden this time of day. This first row here is my succession planted sunflowers, and so as each of these sections starts blooming and I harvest it, then the next section will be ready in a week or two, and then the next section, and then the next section. So you can see the different heights. There are the different ages of the sunflower seeds that I've planted there. The next two rows are dahlias, and they're starting to fill in nicely. There are some that haven't come up yet, so I suspect either the tuber was bad or maybe I have a mole or a vole got to some of them. But for the most part, they're coming in really well. And then this end of the garden here, where I had this extra space, I decided to put in some branching sunflowers there that you can see. They're about, I don't know, 8 inches tall now maybe. And then those mounds have things like zucchini, there's a delicata squash in there, a golden zucchini, a black zucchini, a green zucchini, a scallop squash, things like that. Those things take up quite a bit of space in the raised garden bed, so I thought I'd put them out here in the new area of the garden this year. We did have some cold weather late May and mid-June, actually. We ended up having a hailstorm, but we actually did have enough cool weather 3 evenings that I did lose some plants, not all, but I did lose I lost them in like sections. There was like a section of zinnias that I lost, and then I lost a couple of pumpkins that were in a specific area, so I don't know, it's kind of weird. Here you can see some of the dahlias have started to put up their bloom stalks, so that's pretty exciting. It'll be a while before I'll be able to harvest any dahlia blossoms though. There you can see in the middle of this section there's kind of a really small section there with this little tiny plants. That was a section that completely died out from frost, and so I reseeded some zinnias in there. And these zinnias are doing pretty well. This one is a lilac Benary's Giant, so they are doing well. They did recover from the cold. I have another row of zinnias which is struggling a little bit more than these, and but hopefully they pull through. And this is my row of cosmos, and they are looking great. I've harvested, I don't know, maybe 3 bouquets of cosmos just for myself, and so the row is looking really good, and it's going to start exploding with flowers here shortly. I suspect by the end of this week the whole row will be pink with flowers. So here's a couple of the blooms that I harvested after I took these video clips. But so pretty. This is that second row of zinnias I was mentioning. Had some real struggle with the cold. You can see where there's big spaces there. Those plants ended up dying off, and I ended up seeding some more plants in there, but hopefully they come in and fill in nicely. This is a row of Scabiosa, which is getting ready to bloom, and there's some straw flower in there too. So this row looks really, really great. And then here's one of the straw flowers that's getting ready to bloom. So exciting. And then this is some blue and pink salvia. I was going to plant these so that the blue section was separate from the pink section, but I think this was one of the trays that ended up falling and all the seedlings got mixed together, so I just mixed them all up. This is Sweet Annie, and it's growing great. I didn't realize how tall this was going to get, and it's kind of shading out the plants that are on the right-hand side of it, but that's just how it's going to have to be. And then this is a row of Statice, and then the far end of this row is more straw flower. And the Statice is starting to put up their bloom stalk, so that's fun. I was really worried about the Statice this year because I thought it got too cold and wasn't going to survive, but it's doing really well. And then here's another straw flower. So pretty. This is the main row of snapdragons. You can see there's all different sections here, different colors, and different varieties here. The middle of this row is really short and kind of struggling, so I'm not sure if it took a hit from cold, because the rows seem to take a hit in the middle, which I thought was weird, but I'm thinking those snapdragons will kind of pull through. And this is honeywort, and it's kind of in my mixed row of different fillers and stuff. And this is blue plurum, and it's just started to bloom. And it is getting taller than I thought it would. And then some of the pumpkins are looking great. I do have, I think, 40 mounds of either zucchinis, pumpkins, or various different squashes. And so they're all planted individually like this. And so here's two that are doing really, really well. This is the wall of peas in the garden, and it looks gorgeous. They are about 6 feet tall. Since they're up in an 18-inch bed too, I have to keep that in mind, but they're about 6 feet tall, 5 feet tall on the short side, but they look great. And here you can see one of my favorite views in the garden. I love looking across all the beds here. I think it looks so pretty. So this bed is carrots, a couple different kinds of salad, lettuces, and some kale, and then some flowers. In that middle bed there, you can see the bachelor buttons that volunteered. I won't be putting them there next year because they're shading out the plants in the middle of that bed. That was a beautiful snapdragon. And here is one of my miniature 9-barks covered in flowers this year. The blueberries have set fruit, and some of them are starting to turn colors. In the next week or so, I'll probably be able to pick a handful of berries anyway. And then this front bed used to be the cauliflower and broccoli bed, but it all bolted. So I ripped it all out and put in some specialty zinnias and some more dahlia tubers that I have. So they are looking great. I don't know if you noticed that sunflower coming out of the side of the flower bed. Here's some beautiful purple kale. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. And then there's some tricolored green beans there as well. This is a row of dragon tongue beans, dragon tongue bush beans. They are not looking very happy in this bed. And here you can see some more of those blueberries. So excited. The nasturtiums have started blooming too. These, the plants here, you can kind of see some of the hail damage on the leaves. But we did have quite a hailstorm. This is one of the giant marigolds outside the garden. The deer is making a complete pest of herself, but she is leaving the marigolds alone. And then these are some magnolia peas that I have planted on 2 of the garden posts. And they get super tall, but they have these beautiful, beautiful pinkish purple flowers. And since I'm not growing the scarlet runner beans this year, I thought I would plant these for the hummingbirds. And these are actually sweet peas, and some of these I got from my friend Tracy. So thank you so much, Tracy. These are smelling so nice, and I'm excited to have these plants fill up with blossoms. And then finally, the blackberries are starting to bloom. The raspberries have already bloomed, and the fruit is set. I'm just waiting for that fruit to get bigger and to ripen. But the blackberries have set fruits, or set flowers, so that's pretty fun. So thanks so much for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed this quick update of the garden, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye!